All right. Got a strength coach's review of Iowa Wrestling Strength and Conditioning Secrets Revealed here on YouTube. This is a badass video. And for someone that's been around high level wrestling rooms, it's something I've really enjoyed watching. And it's something I implement with our school community as well, with our jiu jitsu guys and Muay Thai guys. So, hope you guys enjoy this and as much as I have. So, starting off here, what I really love is the seated box jumps. Now, how I do them is we do sets of one, and it's always after a heavy lift. So it looks like to me they're doing some potentiation work. They're just getting going for the day, and they're using seated box jumps, and they deliver a ton of power, and it's something that really requires very little skill. But again, I'm someone that likes to kind of layer them in and put them in different places within the workout. But I love that I'm seeing this. So calisthenic work is something that you need to see a lot more of all around. For my high school football players that I'm about to start back with, this is something they're going to start seeing more of: is handstand walking, handstand pressing, just basic body awareness, which is something that wrestling does a tremendous job of. So again, pleased to see this, and understand that strength conditioning doesn't just apply to the weight room; it applies everywhere. It applies to the mats, especially when you get in season, is when it matters. And you also see them coupling this with some more body weight work on the mats, some activation work. This is absolutely perfect. Now, I don't know who Alex Harmer is, but Iowa, if you ever watch this, I would love to come up and work for you. I would absolutely love it. That's all. And this is something I love is these guys just giving each other shit. Bring this back in every place imaginable. What everyone needs to realize is that giving shit between men is our love language. If you're not getting shit from some other dude, they don't give a fuck about you. But anyway, with the movement here, trap bar deadlifts, pushing explosively. Again, I love it. It's exactly what's needed. Some hamstring work coupled in. Got some Meadows rows, which are, man, I love these. I like how this guy's training fast. I mean, there's nothing wrong with training explosively at all. Um, During the early off season, this would be one of those periods of time where I would slow everything down, make every rep a 3-3 count. So down in three, up in three, keep it constantly moving to give that more of that adaptation of the aerobic system more at the local level. We call that tempo training, but or oxidative work, oxidative squats. Check out my channel on that, and you're going to see those. But it's something that as you get in season, you start to think about how are you wanting to move things? How are you going to perform on the mat? And if you ain't fast, you're getting fucking leveled at this level. My kids at the high school know that I love the ab wheel, and I'm glad to see this as well. We also are going to start doing them with a barbell soon, and that's just a totally different level to some self destruction. Good band stretch. Can You can never ever overlook the fact of what flexibility training will do for you. And Dick Hartzell and his invention of the band stretch, it's something that revolutionized or should have revolutionized flexibility training for a lot of people. Again, giving each other shit. No, I call these hockey squats, single leg hockey squats, because this it's basically like your skater type of movement. What's important here is that you got some counterbalance between it. As he lifts that weight outward, it allows him to counterbalance his body and control himself more, which allows that load to go up and allows him to control his body better. So counterbalancing is key on these. Oftentimes, I'll have athletes do them standing on a bench, and they'll raise their dumbbells up as they go down. But this is just as viable of an option. Notice those words. We're not competing this week, so load it up. That's a perfect analogy to what people should be doing in season. When the opportunity arises, you need to load it up and you need to train it to its fullest because you don't know when that's going to happen again. Heck, they could be 2 weeks out from another lift. So, absolutely take advantage of the time that you have. Weighted pull ups, again, I just like the equipment that they've got here. My first weight room in college had nothing like this. Nothing like this at all. That's something that's completely common with wrestlers as well. Just freakish upper body strength, freakish lower body strength. And he's right at that level, nobody's weak. You're a top five wrestling program in the country. There's not a person on there that can't hold his own in the weight room. And I'm not one of those guys that says the weight room's the only way, because it's not. But damn, like they should be freakishly strong. 100 pounds over, double their body weight on a bench press is something that should be pretty common. Some push press, just getting that lower body to upper body connection there. Getting back to some upper heavy weighted vertical pulling. In the background, all right here. Now here he comes. So safety bar squatting takes a little bit of that stress off the shoulders, especially in season. That's why it matters. But then a dead stop on the pins. Got to blast that weight up. That's static overcome by dynamic, as Louis Simmons used to refer to it as. You come and you make it stick, and then you have to have that much more force to get back into it. And there's no reason to actually be squatting any lower than what they are right now. I think in terms of biodynamics of the sport, and that's about as low as they need to be right now. It's more about preserving muscle, preserving strength, and even increasing strength as the season goes on. Now, on this, is there something I don't like? That's how he finishes the rep. Right. So I'm going to back this up and show where he finishes it at. Try this again. Anyway, can't get my video to work for me like this. But I don't like how he's pressing the bar away from himself. He should be getting that head through the bar, get over top of the ball of the head, just to preserve the shoulders, especially in season. These guys need that. Hit it up, dead stop it, hit. So what I love about this is the diversity of movement. Is you've got a ton of things going on in one session, and that's really what's needed to build elite level strength. Is you need to train things in multiple patterns, multiple ways, and load it when you can, but throw reps at it when you can as well. So I'm gonna move along here a little bit. All right, I see some Kaiser. Let's go back into that Kaiser. What's great about this is they get to see right there some power output, got to see the load, and they get numbers to shoot for. You want to stay within that range, and those pistons will match the strength curve. Get some single leg work with the hamstrings. I'm more of a dumbbell guy for these, mainly because I don't have a bunch of landmines laying around at our high school, but these are perfect. Some close grip incline. Fucking A is one of my favorites. Whenever we start a bench press cycle, it always begins with this one, close grip incline, because it's one of the most mechanically inefficient ways to go ahead and press. And you get strong there, you're going to get strong on that flat bench, bar none. Some rotational work, get some explosion. Now, I don't know if this is right after that bench or not, but that's how I would put it in there. He's more what I would call a grip 2, so he's thumb width out. Again, for me, grip 2 is always after grip 1, which is that close grip. Upper body erg. In a place where you've got to stabilize. I love this. Hell yeah, dude. Let's keep going here. So more upper body pressing. Up, back over your head, dude. Press to your face. So we've got a fat bar here. Let's see what we're going to do with it. In all, man, I love everything that they're doing here. A guy that began in an Olympic training center, training boxers and Greco-Roman wrestlers. Man, this is, I just love every aspect of this. This is why wrestlers and grapplers in general are my favorite group to work with. There's a mentality there. There's an understanding that if I don't do this, someone else is doing it and they're doing it harder. And I absolutely love that. And the fun part is being able to dial them back because they have a mentality of absolutely just grind themselves into the ground. Okay, so we got some curls here. I love it. Work that grip. That's what the fat bar's for. Work that grip. Again, early in the off season, I tell them to go like a 3-3 tempo. I tell them to make that shit hurt. So it's more, oh, we got a complex here. Okay. Into clean. Got to press. There he goes. He puts his head through the bar there. Puts his head through the bar. Saving those shoulders. So this guy, he's not a spring chicken. So a little bit of lactic tolerance there. Again, with wrestling, it's so key is being able to clear lactate and use it as fuel. Rear delts, again, another overlooked way. I use a lot of band pull aparts in our programs, no matter what sport it is, because shoulder integrity is key. And strong scaps make a strong individual. Move this on down a little bit more. See what else we can find here. Again, this guy's still in this complex, working this complex. Much heavier. Again, this is all about work capacity, and that should be something that everyone should key in on. If you can do more work in less time than the guy next to you, then when push comes to shove and we equate sport skill to sport skill, the guy with the more work capacity is always going to win. Your ability to outwork somebody through sheer volume goes a long way. There we go. More shoulder work. I don't remember the name of this particular band piece. I've got one in my basement. It's really really nice. It helped me out a ton, and rehabbing my shoulders over the years. So if they're finishing up with some shoulder work, I'm assuming this is probably the end of the day for them in terms of the weight room. If it's me, and it's up to Jeff Lee and how he wants to program, this is going to be on their hardest day on the mats. Period. Uh, we operate off of a high-low system, even at the high school where I train our wrestlers. Everything's high-low. So uh, your most demanding days on the mats are the days that you're going to lift. For us, it's Tuesday, Thursday, and we traditionally have Saturday tournaments. So Tuesday is usually our heavy lower body day. Thursday's our heavier upper body day, and we just sprinkle in the opposite, which works out really really well. So hope you've enjoyed this. Uh, got any questions? Put a comment down below. I'd love to talk to you guys. Also, check down in the description for our school community for grapplers. If you're a grappler and you are looking to elevate your strength and conditioning game, following some of the principles I talked about today, the high-low system, uh, using heavy upper body, light lower body, and vice versa, come hit me up there because all we do is fucking create monsters there. We've had 4 world champions in the last couple of years, and 2 from Muay Thai, 1 from Muay Thai, 1 from kickboxing, and then we've had 2 jiu-jitsu world champions, and like we got a few guys in that group right now that are ADCC quality, and they're going out and they're kicking ass. So thanks for listening.